Good day, I am Albert Lance Tumubien, and this is my final project titled Expense Tracker. So this project is a command line based system that allows users to record, manage, and analyze their daily expenses in a simple and organized way. The purpose of this project is to demonstrate how intermediate Python concepts such as object-oriented programming, file handling, and data processing can be applied to solve real-world problems like financial tracking. I chose this project because expense tracking is a practical real-world problem that many people experience daily. I wanted to create a system that is simple but still demonstrate important programming concepts such as object-oriented programming, file handling, algorithms, and data processing. This project also helped me improve my problem solving and code organization skills. So, before I demonstrate the system, I'll briefly explain how it works. So this application follows a modular design. Each expense is treated as an object, all operations are handled by a tracker class, and the data is stored using JSON file. So this file defines the expense class, which represents a single expense record. The class contains several attributes. The ID, which uniquely identifies the expense. Title, which stores the expense name. Amount, which stores the expense value. Category, which classifies the expense. And date, which records when the expense was created. So these attributes allows each expense to behave like a real-world object. The init method is used to initialize the object whenever a new expense is created. So the toDict method converts the expense object into a dictionary format. This is necessary because JSON files can only store serializable data types such as dictionary. The fromDict method is a static method used to recreate an expense object from dictionary data. This is useful when loading save records from JSON file. This file contains the expense tracker class. This class manages all system operation including adding expenses, viewing expenses, sorting, deleting, and saving data. I use object-oriented programming to separate responsibilities and improve maintainability. One important data processing logic in this system is the category summary feature. This line implements a data aggregation algorithm. It groups expenses according to category and continuously adds the total amount for each category using a dictionary. This allows the system to generate spending summaries efficiently. The system also uses a sorting algorithm with a lambda function to arrange expenses by amount. This improves organization and makes large datasets easier to analyze. One advanced Python concept used in this project is list comprehension. This line filters expenses efficiently in a single line of code. It searches through all expense objects and returns only the records that match the user's keyword. Compared to traditional loops, list comprehension makes the code shorter, cleaner, and more readable. The project also uses JSON file handling for data persistent. The project also uses JSON file handling for data persistence. The save data method stores expense records into a JSON file, while the load data method retrieves them when the program starts. This ensures that user data is not lost after the application closes. So this is the main menu of the system. It allows the users to access features such as adding, viewing, searching, deleting, sorting, and analyzing expenses. Each feature is implemented with both functionality and user experience in mind. Let's try the add expense. For title, food, category is daily, and the amount is 150. So, as you can see, the system accepts the input, creates a new expense object, and stores it in the system. This ensures that each record is structured and consistent. So how about we try the error handling? Title is snack, and for the amount is ABC. So, as you can see, the system detects invalid input and prevents the program from crashing. This is implemented using exception handling, which is improved system reliability. Now, let's try view all expenses. So, the system displays all records by iterating through the list of expense object. How about the search expense? Just type for keyword like food. So, these features uses list comprehension to efficiently filtering matching results. Let's add another expense and try the sort expense. Snack, daily. So let's try the sorting. Just press 5. So printed expenses sorted, and 2. So the system sorted all the data. This is implemented. This is implemented using a lambda function which allows efficient sorting based on the expense amount. Now, I will delete an expense. Just type 4 and enter expense ID. So, let's delete number 2. So, as you can see, the system deleted the expense. This updates the datasets dynamically and ensures data consistency. Now, I will display the total expense. The system calculates the total using a loop. Next, I will display all the category summary. This feature uses data aggregation to group expenses and compute total per category. So, this file is called the gitignore. It is used to prevent unnecessary files from being uploaded to the repository. For example, it includes cache files, virtual environments, and editor settings. I also excluded the expense files because it contains user-generated data. This helps keep the repository clean and aligned with the best practices. Although the system is functional, it still has some limitations. Currently, it only uses a command line interface and does not yet include graphical visualization or cloud storage. The search functionality is also keyword-based only. However, the modular design allows these features to be added in future improvements. The most challenging part of this project was implementing file handling and ensuring data consistency. Another challenge was organizing the code using object-oriented principles. If given more time, I would add a graphical interface, data visualization, and advanced filtering features. So overall, the project demonstrates how fundamental programming concepts can be integrated into a practical and functional system. That concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.